Good afternoon, comrades. It's 7 o'clock now, UK time. My name is Fatia Tia Samura. I'm here with my co-host. I will let him introduce himself. Over to you, the one and only Mixer.
Good evening, good afternoon, and good morning to we viewers. Them, me and comrade Hassan Mixer Kibe. I am one of the political scribe for the APC, a member of the APC UK and I online TV platform. Today, we present to una a topic titled "How It All Happened" in McKinney at the National Delegate Conference. Thank you, Fatia.
Thank you, Mixer. Thank you. As on all see we title at the bottom, NDC, how it all happens. But today, for we, the APC party, both in the diaspora at home, we got a very, very sad news. Hence the music is not on today because by now we're going to play the lovely, lovely LJ in song. But right now, today, it's not really a happy day for us. We're happy to be here. We're happy for Leona all can join us, online. But also we get very sad news today. The APC UK and I diaspora, Freetown, as a party a whole, we are mourning today. I'll pass you over to Mixer to just give us a little background of why we are so somber today.
Well, basically, to all we comrades them, before ever we go further, I would like us to have a 1 minute silence for all the people that we would have lost at the party, especially the recent one we happened today, one of the most shocking one. We'll come back to that later, immediately after the silence prayer. Yes, may their souls rest in perfect peace. So
Amen.
Amen. Thank you so much, Fatia. So to viewers them, today the APC globally they mourn a fallen hero, a legend, somebody who don't represent the country, who don't play for Salon at the highest level of football. He left Salon, he traveled, go so many sub-region countries there in West Africa, playing at Ivory Coast, he playing at Gabon, and he migrate, can settle in America. When he reached America, he followed in Daddy in full step. When a late Bob Allen of blessed memory, former MP of Central, that's Salon. Leslie Allen come America, the late, he joined the APC politics, he carried on with Daddy in full step. He became the chairman of the American region on a USA chapter. Recently, he aspired for the position of the chairman of the Diaspora 6th region. He traveled to Freetown 2 weeks ago from America for go attend the delegate conference as well as the diaspora delegate elections where they held in Putloko. All of a sudden, today, we get a very, very shocking, sad news for say late Leslie Bob Allen don't pass away. May his soul rest in perfect peace. Do ya viewers them wanna help we share this program and wanna keep them in our prayers, in your prayers as well. Thank you, Fatia.
Thank you so much, Mixer. Today, we topic for today, as usual, I could be going in Creole and English because it's going to be difficult for me for just talk Creole all the way through. But as always, I always try my best. Also, we also give viewer them sometimes we are not Sierra Leonean, so every now and then we like for engage them as well, so they can hear bits and pieces here and there. Like Mixer said as well, today is a very sad day for us at the diaspora and also the APC as a whole. A very formidable individual, a fine gentleman, an amazing gentleman, well-spoken, well-behaved, well-mannered, passed today suddenly, which is a very sad loss to all of us. So, like Mixer said, we'll get to think about keeping family in prayer, both in America and Sierra Leone. He basically died in Freetown today. So now please now keep them on our prayer and pray for the family for letting able for manage this tremendous, tremendous loss. Because losing a child, a husband, a father, is a friend, it's not easy. it's not easy at all, particularly for somebody who, you know, they met a few days ago in a little gathering meeting and stuff, and all of a sudden, you know, for you to hear that he's passed is quite shocking. So for many today, they are in shock, especially his close friends and family. You know, they are all in shock, and so, you know, so some of us as well, you know, I don't know him personally. I know him through the party level. He is a brother, he is a comrade, he's a very good friend of my husband as well. So please, ladies and gentlemen online, keep the whole family in prayer, and also keep the APC party. It's a very difficult time for us. We just come up from one gladness into a sudden sadness. So remember us. Also, like when Mixer said as well, please, ladies and gentlemen, share the live. We need you to join the conversation. Join the conversation. Send your question in. Today, we're expecting two guests. One is Political Ibari, and the other one is Hassan Legal. They're both from the diaspora here in the United Kingdom. They are our comrades. Hassan is a certified and qualified lawyer, and also Ibari is a political scribe. He knows what he's talking about. So we go bring them for you guys today. So send your message in. If you want to ask any question regarding what happened in the NDC National Delegation Conference, the convention, anything you want to ask regarding the diaspora election, the winners and the losers. Well, actually, there's no losers, but we say losers. Just send your question in. Political Ibari will try his level best to answer each and every one. So I'm just going to pass you over to Mixer, who's going to introduce our one and only Political Ibari. Over to you, my dear.
Thank you, Fatia. Ladies and gentlemen, fellow viewers, today we have two important guests. One of them, now, Political Ibari, is a political scribe, a commentator, a political animal on social media. Somebody wanted to take mess from the ruling government, paparazzi them. Somebody we always thought they defend the APC as well as the branch. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me as I welcome Political Ibari, the newly elected Diaspora 6th Region Public Relation Officer. Political Barry, over to you. Come on.
Thank you very much, the mighty Mixer, Mr. Kebe. Thank you, and thank you to our co-host Fatia, a great winner from Mion side, Mion corner in London, Southeast, and greetings to all around the world, especially Salon. And yeah, of course, today I'm not going to say I'm happy because we get a very sad news. Leslie Allen is a legend, a man we he don't serve Salon, not only the APC, and a man where I work with closely these elections convention where we just complete. Leslie, in fact, I must tell me viewers tonight that Leslie was the first guy who, even in the diaspora way, called me and say, Political Library, you fit that PRO position. I will recommend you go for it. And I will be endlessly grateful to him for way he actually give me that extra push for say go for it, best man for the job. And when I go Freetown, I was with him. Now we've been there together until we go to the convention and put local. And me and him back we sit down together until we the results then begin coming for the candidates then. Yeah, it's a sad day, man. I mean, it's terrible. And when I received those, I get for ask 3 times and trying for fit really what's in the So it's a sad day for APC, sad day for Sierra Leone. Of course, Leslie was a very well-known footballer. I played for Leon Star, played for the mighty Eastern Lions. And this is a man who been really served the country and doing best for uplift Leone Star and the pride of Sierra Leone as well in the international stage. He played in many countries them as international footballer, including France. And we will miss him dearly, we'll really miss him. I mean, he's really now the man back way helped for build the United States APC branch. When then it was not fashionable for be an APC or even join the APC party in the 90s. And then try for mobilize the APC stand and the diaspora and the United States. So a long-time chairman for the APC United States branch, and really contribute enormously in the diaspora APC. So we will miss him dearly, and it's a sad date for we, and but we just pray and console in relative them, picking them with, and the one day we left behind, may he rest in peace.
Thank you so much, Ibai, for that summarize we don't tell me, but we comrade where we lost today very sadly. Thank you so much. Like what Ibai say, he was a formidable figure in Sierra Leone in general, not just in the APC party, but a fine gentleman. So we will miss him dearly. Whilst we're waiting for the other comrade for join us, Hassan Lego, we get for talk to Ibari. We got a few questions we want to put for you, Ibari, because the topic of all says NDC, how it all happens. That are the topic for today. But like I said, in and out we'll be going into we comrade where we lost as well, and also the main topic where we didn't have for today. Political Ibari, there's quite a few questions, me personally and also Mixer and the public in general, get for you, for like able for just answer a few and just explain to us, enlighten us, for those of us who doesn't know much about politics, or those of us who doesn't understand the whole convention system and the voting. We'll just go on to like enlighten us a little bit of your intelligence, of your understanding, and waiting, basically selling to us in a layman term. So I get few questions for you, political Barry. How does this all happen? That's the question. Before we go any further, please answer that question.
Yeah, thank you very much. Today, I've been supposed for day in a jubilant mood because I would say we did it, but God I know best. Today, we did in sadness. But however, I will try as much as possible to explain how it happened. And the APC is a wonderful party. It's really a party where I go for more because it don't prove say it's a formidable force in salon politics, and don't try for sinker, but it's not possible because the foundation is built within the grassroots. So now I make for sink APC not easy, and we opponents, the ruling government, try, and people like we know how far they went with some problem. I would say they nearly succeed. As I say, because the party is a original root party, then try but then fail. And so, how did it all happen? The National Delegate Conference is highest decision-making body now with party and in constitution. Well, as we all know, I don't want to drag with all to that. We get an attempt for destabilize APC, capture the APC, hand over to people them way I can best describe as charlatans, way be want us grab the party, do what they want. But unfortunately, layers and structures within the party and succeed in dismantling with leadership. From an schematic countdown, then cripple everywhere, every corner of the country, both one abroad, and cripple everybody. Nobody not get mind talk. And take the party kind of caretaker, some sort of way they call the ITGC. But fortunately for we get the members of parliament, we then have been the elected members of parliament, and them being able for come together, rally around the leader, when Honorable Chan Omajuba, common known as Koko, and they stood their ground. And we all see also how the people that now we they fed this party where they been try for capture them. They see say the only people that now we stand the way are the members of parliament with them. So we see again the concerted effort abroad, both home and abroad, for dismantle, for destroy and blackmail the members of parliament. And it was a blessing that we get them people then they were then steadfast, especially with the rally around the leader. They not grief or be fractured for split them. Then they behind the leader, and the leader himself he fight with skills, with level-headed, with a very extremely difficult situation where you know been the cameraman and the media and explain and talk. He holding ground, he fights to the last. And fast forward, we end up for manage with all the pressure from the ruling government. We manage for hold we lower level elections, and where we start with low ward level, and this is very important. May listener listen how it all came about. Hold the ward level. That is where every member of the APC go vote. And we see also the attempt for usurp the process. And again, we manage for organize through the TIMEC headed by Ibrahim Sori. We see how they manage to then conduct the first election when at the lower level election. That is the level where you reach the membership, don't do their own job. From there, then serve the ward them, the executive, then vote for the constituency. After that, then serve their own job done. The constituency itself vote for the district. After that, their own job done, we go towards from the district, then self vote for the region. From the region now, we all the women's leader, the youth leader, all them places, all them organizations, we are then voted for. And then the next and final stage was the National Delegate Conference. McKinney. In the National Delegate Conference, this is where 3 of them people are where they elect from constituency level to how you call district, regional. They all converge now in a National Delegate Conference, including the women's wing, the youth wing. There we went and started another process of voting. First, we start with for vote for the second high body, which is NAC, non-executive members. Okay, these are non-executive members will be drawn from various areas. We vote for them one and day. We vote for the election committee. From there, we move to the national leadership. During the process again, we vote. We start with the Secretary General, we go the from the Secretary General, we go to the chairman and deputy chairman. From there, we move to the flag bearer, you know. So this is the process. This is what happened. We follow the constitution to the lack, and at the end of the day, we manage for wrap up that chapter. Today we get with national leadership, all of within our position there now. We get flag bearer and ready for hit the road and take our SLPP. But again, before our I must mention some dramatic scenes where Michel been there. In fact, the day of the convention, on Friday, the court make a ruling against we. Justice Bona decide for scrap the convention, the National Delegate Convention. And I was there with the leader when the news broke. But because we have a leader and a very skillful politician, Honorable Chana Majuba, straight away move. He makes we rescue we from that situation. The way he make a move, he go negotiate with the justice, the judge, he will convince him here in lawyer, himself go there, he will convince the judge for withdraw and allow we for make we go ahead with the convention. That was the handiwork of the Honorable Chana Majuba. Really, members of parliament played fantastically, very good job. If today we complete this national delegate conference, we need for really celebrate the heroes here when our members of parliament them and the leader, because we know what in the happen, we know what in the happen behind the scene, and we know how they want and they move mountains to make sure that the national delegate conference come. So for me on side, I will endlessly be grateful to the effort and the kind role we them play, the members of parliament and the leader. We know without them, it could have not happened. And so kudos to them.
Okay, thank you very much, Barry. Thank you for that insight. That was very detailed. So everybody obviously online understand which in that topic this stands for, how it all happens. Thank you so much, because even some of what you say, I just try, and now I don't understanding, better. So thank you so much for that education. We got a few questions to ask you as as the show move along. Like I said, for people that will just join us online, YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook, thank you very much for watching. We are very much grateful as always. We're here every Sunday at 7 o'clock. Please, ladies and gentlemen, comrades, please share the live so everybody can join the conversation. Earlier on, I will just reiterate, earlier on, we start with a very somber show. It's basically, we start this show very somber, very sad, because we lost one of our great comrades today, Leslie Bobby Allen in Freetown suddenly. So today, all our moods are a little bit, sad. So that's why we're a bit downer. So just bear with us. We're taking it slowly as we go along, because this is a big funeral, big loss for the APC party and Sierra Leone in general. I'll go pass you over to Mixer. We've got quite a lot of questions, but let Mixer as well join in for getting you, for throwing on 2 pence into that detailed conversation. Mixer.
Thank you, Fatia, and thank you, Political Ibarri, for educating and sensitizing viewers them about exactly what happened in McKinney. Of course, you don't talk about the process. You don't go to the extent of even explain to viewers them about the role where Shadow Majuba when actually could play for clear with injunction so that we able for go na McKinney and conduct with elections. Now, from your explanation, there was a video going on social media where we will watch the program na McKinney. they say some noise be they take place inside the hall. Of course, everybody knows say APC na a party with very, very peaceful, very, very democratic. You go able for throw light and tell me exactly what happened at that whole day and whether they play the greatest role and impact towards the party. Political library.
Yeah. Yes. Thank you, Mixer. First and foremost, this was the most orderly, democratic elections ever held in my own memory in a convention for a political party. Of course, in the enthusiasm was very high. Some of the noise is not about any negative things. Sometimes now enthusiasm, the vibrancy, the mood, the joyousness, and all of them kind of stuff. But probably they talk about when you really say and say for vote, we want vote, we want vote. Now there was a situation whereby some candidates complain about not enough ballot papers and trying for complain about little issues. But again, we very senior comrades, former president and Michael Mawe been there at the scene, help we through this transition. He's a man where they always for calm the situation. He's a level-headed man, highly intelligent, and he loved the APC party. And we for thank God that he stay with we till the end, till we don't get restructured. And so, thank God, that is a big blessing. So, when them people here come and discuss about issues of, begin complain, the other candidates, them flag bearer candidates, them, well, then go in for discourse, for find a solution. Now, Ernest in his wisdom puts them all together, I for calm the situation. And then also, the people in the shout say, we want vote, we want vote. It was literally meant that they want for votes, they don't want any negotiation in a form where probably some kind of backstage deal go be cut. And so these were people where say, let us vote. We not don't carry winner court, all kind of thing. We not don't pass with we not don't walk behind the scene for the daily process. So we want to vote, you see. And interestingly, I must say this year, because that's what happened anyway. The other contender, then we want kind of negotiate, and drop out of the race for some kind of positions. But the former leader said, no, this is a court decision. We have to go and vote. Everybody has to vote. And we went and voted. We saw the results, man. So that's what happened. That all that noise was about saying, no, let us vote. This is going to be a vote, and that's what we are going to follow. It was nothing negative in terms of but people did not want to entertain the idea of any kind of a deal or so, just for make things within them. People were insisting that we have to vote. And when the people voted, they showed really who that they want and which people then they want for lead them. And that was fantastic. Democracy in display. So it was nothing negative, to be honest, except people that may try for hype and outside as usual. That's negative.
Okay, Politica Barry, thank you very much for that. Obviously, if people that don't take we to court, different faction of the party or whatsoever don't take us to court, they want votes. Then when time they're reaching out for votes, they know it's going to be difficult for those particular individual. for let able for succeed then and decide, oh, probably we should, for change the system. But I'm glad the way Anas Kurma and others insisted that we would vote. Votes you wanted, you would have a vote. That was a great thing for everybody, and also for the future generation of APCs, APC and Zuga for CAM. So this is a good thing. My own question to you as well, Barry. Obviously, you have been the vibe for your position, which is PRO, I guess, for the diaspora. It's a big post. It's a very, very big post. You're in charge of all the communication. Anything where they go on and so forth, you are in charge. So that is it's a big post. You cannot go wrong with it. So you get to be on your A game, basically, for like deliver such a post. Particularly, not just the focus on the diaspora, also back home as well, because people back home wants to know what's happening in the diaspora. People in the diaspora wants to know what happened back home. So basically, you're going to be in between. So like I said, it's a big post. Can you tell us about the anxiety, your feeling, your fear, on that particular day? Obviously people get for vote for you or they might not vote for you. Can you tell us about the feeling and anxiety where you get on that, basically the run up to that particular day? Just give us a little bit of insight.
Well, first and foremost, when I come up for this position, I was pretty confident. I will not say anxiety. You will be nervous, then kind of in a day. Obviously, we are all human, but I believe, throughout me active politics in the APC, I don't try for do a lot so that people then go say this person he fit for that job. And so I was always confident that people then go see Ibari as the right person at that position there. Even if they not sabi me before, they not see me, but then go don't hear about politics Ibari in the media, now in many areas where they stand for the party, where they propagate and defend the APC. And one thing even somebody will not like me go agree to is that I am extremely loyal to the party, and I always they put the party interest first, and that is me stand all along. So I was not surprised the overwhelming support I get. The majority of the delegates we are for Ibari. Even the one that we contest against me end up for realizing, well, this thing is really Ibari is the man we much more stronger for this, and I endlessly grateful to them for then see that we now go into a battle to that extreme to the finish. So then end up for step down for me and I go unopposed, which I very, very much appreciate that gesture they win and Britain and call. But yeah, I was always pretty confident that I can win and also capable and competent for represent the APC as a PRO, not the diaspora, and as you rightly say, even back home.
Okay, I'll pass you over to Mixer. I'm sure since I've got a particular question for ask you. I've got more, but as we go along, we'll be sharing it. Over to you, Mixer.
Thank you, Ibari. I get a lot of questions for ask you, but first, let's try for welcome the guest them at the platform. And we get Hadasha Classic, just to say hi. We get Alabama One Stop, just to say yes. We get Mary League, say good evening all. We get Prezo Song, J-Man of Bristol City. And say if people watch the event right now, the show, we get Mary League, where they express in condolences to the late man who died and to his family. When he say, according to her, he say, may the soul of Leslie Allen rest in perfect peace. I know he's a late dad and late born very well. So I also welcome Comrade Delwin Thomas from the Ireland, then Asatu Kaiko. Welcome to our viewers. Now over to political Ibari. I always discourse about what happened Namakeni, because I don't want to sway away from this discussion. There was a video again where people then they shout Namakeni. They say Sam Sumana has been reinstated. Sam Sumana has been reinstated. We also get another rumor for say the chairman, when I'm Mr. Ibrahim Sori, honorable, former, he say he extend an olive hand to everybody when we don't disgruntled, when we don't left the APC for me then come back and join the political party they belonged. So I go want to make it clarify for viewers them, and also me and Fatia Willie conduct this particular discussion here today. Tell we if Sam Sumana was reinstated or which method would they use for reinstatement?
Yeah, thank you very much, Mixa. First and foremost, we always, all along, we position in the APC because Sam Sumana, we welcome him and the APC back. Come back now, the APC family.
Okay.
We say the National Delegate Conference, in the remover, back there for reinstatement. And we keep that promise. However, prior to that, there were many rumors about an intention, about wanting to be a flag bearer, and also part of the Peter Conte, shall we say, conspiracy and all that stuff. Then, but that's not been changed the party in position. The party was very clear about that Sam Sumana will be reinstated by the National Delegate Conference. So, and as we now all see, the APC party, the grassroots, we are open to that for reinstating as a new member of the APC. And that is exactly what in the National Delegate Conference do. So kudos to the members them we not take any personal vendetta against Sam Sumana. We, despite all the controversies, all the other issues, we still say, brother and comrade, well back to the APC, and he has been reinstated. The only area where people then been the mixed matters was the area of flag bearer.
Okay.
The Constitution is very clear on that, Article 61A, sorry, very clear on that. So we did reinstate him, and he's a member of the APC.
Thank you for making that clarification. Fatia, go ahead, and before I ask another question, please.
How does it feel, winning? What's in that feeling of winning? How does it feel when say, I am going to get this is mine, nobody else, I am the winner? What's in that feeling will overcome you, the joy? Could you just explain that to us? Because I know what it feel like when I won as a organizing secretary for the London chapter. I know exactly how I felt. So Yusuf, please just tell me, also the comrade online people who are watching, how it feel to be a winner, PRO for the diaspora. How does that feel?
Well, I must say, in my humble opinion, the greatest win we made the wait for now 2023 June 24 elections. This is the win we made the dream of every day and hour. And the elections for we then elect me or we me be the PRO was the first step. And I will say I was very I not been feel say me colleagues them way step down, way one of them joined me when I the deputy PRO. I not think say they lose, so I never thought of being that, kind of winner over them. I just thought that we, in comradeship, in a style of being comrades, we decide for, come together, and all of them see reason for step aside for me, for make me get this position here where I get. So um, I'm not going to say I felt anything other than the sense of responsibility now, where then I'm here for mobilize, help mobilize,
Mm-hmm.
especially PR position is a very difficult job. You
Mm-hmm.
constantly online, they get information here and there. You are constantly having to take on the opponent day in, day out. And it's really a very a mammoth task, but I'm ready for it. And so the main focus of winning, really, what I go say, I go be jubilant, because it is meaningless for me, this role, if we now win the 2023 general election, presidential election. It will be meaningless. It will just be like a ordinary title. So this is why my main target, the main focus is winning the 2023 election, June 24, come June 24. And I'm ready for roll my sleeve, for fight to the bitter end, for make sure say we are victorious 2023.
Thank
However,
you.
I'm happy that
Okay.
I was elected the PRO of the diaspora, and I'm ready to take up the challenge.
So basically, the try for Terry say now we dey talk Creole for obviously this show that a Creole show, but like I said, some of us that lives in the diaspora for almost all our lives, sometimes it can be difficult for let me just carry on fluently on Creole,
Yes.
particularly me, probably you yourself and Mixer, but we go try our best for talking Creole. So you dey try for say now you're the most busiest man basically in APC, right?
Well,
One of.
one of the most busiest man, I will say, at least because it don't reach to a point now where I have to go out there and defend the party and also propagate the party in ideology, policies, and many other things, which I've careful embark on very soon,
Mm-hmm.
especially for counter so many claims by the SLPP, for example, the lie we then can lie say na APC not left give them X, Y, and Z. And I have the handing over note with me where President Kroma, hand over power to them. Then also where then they try for link this thing to international crisis and so on and so forth. So, and most importantly, me an economist, and I know what economics and especially business. I know why the economy dey in this state, and I get for explain to the people of Salon and in the lowest level way they go able understand, and I go able explain to the Salon people then who say SLPP go wrong with the economy, because this is where the main battleground and the economy. Okay, and also I will able explain and counter this, then claim that the international crisis them around the world vis-a-vis Ukraine and Russia, that in don't make them get that bad, things are difficult now. So, well, I just want to give a quick let's say preamble on what thing for come, because then people are just think say everybody then go wash me face, I think he say, from down to up. Um the situation where then they try for say Ukraine Russian war. First and foremost, Ukraine is not even in the 20 of industrialized nations. Russia is not in the G7. Put Russian economy and Ukrainian economy, they're not even reach the Japanese economy put together. So now small economies then down the way not get anything for do with any global issue. So that is where then they try for fool the Salon people. Then well, Ukraine are global, not global. Well, I get for just tear that apart from them,
Thank
and
you.
all that thing and they get for come up very soon from me on side. Yes.
Okay, thank you so much, Political Ivory. We look, we only look forward to that because we need for use their own failure and let the people know this is the SLPP that you rely on for the last 5 years. And so this is what they have done. Basically, when I look at both sides of the book, the A4 book, I can't see anything they've done unless I can't read. But when I look, all the promises that were made are still there. They still promise. Nothing has been fulfilled whatsoever. So thank you very much. Obviously, like I say, you get to be very busy individual. Now you know PRO for the diaspora, and also you represent the party in Sierra Leone as well. So thank you so much for that, Barry. We are looking forward to anywhere where we go able for EP and promote that message. We will do it diligently. Over to you, Mixer.
Yes, Comrade Ibarri, you just don't made mention, say, your target now for make sure, say, APC win 2023, June 24th presidential elections. And in my opinion, as well as the opinion of others, the main goal of the APC, everybody knows, now for win the presidential election, and then we take a flag bearer at State House with the presidential crown. But how you feel, say, APC could able to achieve this for make win the presidential elections as PRO of the 6th region?
Well, the APC go achieve that. We don't take the first step, which is having we national body, and then we don't get a flag bearer. That is the first step, you know. And the next stage now is how we for mobilize. We for mobilize massively, and this is where it's very critical. Every hands on deck. Everybody where you na part and parcel of APC, you must do your own little. You not get for say you wait for make something happen. You always for try for be engaged and do your own best, because together if we mobilize, we push, we will succeed. And a good part of it, SLPP don't do it for we, which is basically campaigning for us indirectly, because the kind way where they fail Salon people there is unprecedented, unbelievable. Them people here come with mega promises. Take for example, in 6 months, and they fix the Salon economy, bread and butter will be solved, and begin complaining then and day. The dollar was 700,000. $100 was 700,000, and complaint say everybody they just talk about road, and develop and infrastructure, this that. Then one fix it, bread. Well, 5 years down the road today, where are we? So they don't do fantastically, unfortunately for Salon people. They don't do for we a lot of the job anyway. The message will be very simple and straightforward. One thing where people like we get for embark on is explaining now, not what thing SLPP don't do, we they not do. What thing we get for embark on now, what thing we get for can do for the people of Salon, how we get for can fix the situation. And we they do that, like me in the capacity of PRO, I get for they explain to the people of Salon for me they understand in a very simple language where they able to understand. Where then says go looking and no say yes, APC mean business. What in APC they propose or what in APC plan so. Some of them even go get her in the mind for say, yes, this is what thing I mean they think, not to this boku promises and when the main things, how for solve the country in economic disaster. These are things where we dey do alongside with the help and cooperation with the Salon people them. And we I make we dey ask for the mandate, not to boku talk. We have what it takes for solve the problem, and we are ready for solve that problem there. So if you ask me how we go about winning, is we don't take the first step, you know, and we must have unity and cohesion. It's very important inside the APC party. And also we must learn to forgive and forget, because this is how politics is. It's very messy. It's a lot of acrimony, it's a lot of elbowing, it's a lot of push and shove, it's a lot of anger, it's a lot of, you know, insult. So many things that happen. But at the end of the day, you have the main target, which is State House. So let us go for it. Let us hold hands together and win. And one thing we, in fact, I do was way, of course, like the UK and I branch, many people they surprised. We, me and my brother Manso go, we all UK na we know how me and him in the battle na the at the thing and call. But when we went there, he was also a candidate for the position. But we went there, we had a very good conversation, and we able to understand each other. And at the end of the day, you know, um, he dropped for me, but then he won something, you know. And then at the end of the day, we all day inside the same team. So none of we lose. None of we, the candidates that will be in common, we all three win something. This is how, this is the skill where people like me get for carry put into the APC, so that we go win collectively. Because all three then gentlemen, we all three come up for this position. At the end of the day, then two step down, but they not lose, they win something. You see, the one be the deputy, the other one win the treasurer position. So you see, this is how tactical politics should be. You know, for you for come with your colleague, we not for dinner the game, we not for dinner the battleground, we not fight for one thing, winning, you know, together.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much, I Barry. I get a question for you here. Okay, we don't do. Okay, what does this take us? We don't do the selection. We don't do the election votes now. Where does that take us? So you go see say in 5 or so years time we'll go back to the selection by consultation, or this way is the straightforward way now. There's no selection. It would always be election. Where does that leave us? You know, where does that take us?
Well, I think what in the elections show is that um, it's a good thing. You know why? Because certain people them don't they use them so-called influence for hold we at ransom, at gunpoint, so to speak. Now we saw what happened at the convention. Come on, you know, I mean, we dey move on, but what thing happened there shows that, you know, everybody is clever now in politics. Not underrate anybody. People they know what they want, then they see, then they listen, then they follow. So if you ask me, I believe so for stick with the election.
Yep.
There's nothing should change it. However, on the other hand, the reason why make selection was there in the Constitution, 1995 Constitution, was for two reasons. Because of, we even come to that kind of situation there. If a ruling government, they put pressure upon winner, they intimidate winner not get enough time for conduct elections, selection they kick in. Okay, that was the reason, first reason why in 1995, because the harassment of APC was huge by the NPRC. We not been able to get meetings, them in the harass, we leader them, them in the intimidate the NPRC, then do a lot of bad things then to we. So watching the leaders then think, okay, now if we're not able, they're not they allow we forget and conduct elections. Let us have that selection in case so that we go able to send candidates them. That's ending now if them disturb we self, we're not able to hold the election. We go still able filing candidates. That was the number one reason. Number two, you know, the APC is a grassroots party, a Kumra party, a party where, according to we own philosophy, constructive nationalism, which is, you know, which they try for bring every ethnic group together in one family, every group cut across in one family, which is the APC. So we thought it fit, say, for make we keep that diversity there, we need a form of selection whereby certain position there where we go try for drag in other minority then where otherwise in an election they're not going to be part of the process. That was the this thing. And also foresee that we prioritize people the way they work for the party hard. Make person not go come out, use due advantage, money or any other means for come, you know, push aside somebody with a really hard working grassroots person. That was the reason really about that selection. And so many people then try for say, no, this is not about giving advantage or the pardon, but because people then think, say, by any means, then forfeit the pardon, they insist in getting rid of selection. But what thing happened at the end of the day? Um, we saw the result, you
Yep.
know, and it's clear. So
Yeah.
we are going to stay with
Yep.
elections because
I completely support that as well. I'm sure probably Mixer feel the same way. So from
Definitely.
now forward will be election, no more selection. Like you said, unless we are in a situation whereby it will be difficult to hold an election for one reason or another through oppression, persecution, whatever it is, then the selection process can, kick in. But other than that, I think that the election is a great example to the young APCians who are coming up and also to the future generation because this shows say people were not supposed to win this election do people want me to expect say go get post do. So this is a great example. The APC don't start, and I hope so every other political party in Sierra Leone in general will be able to move it forward, for follow that process, rather than the selection by consultation. Not bad. If it's needed, it can be used. But in general, I think we should stick to the election because it's an opportune time for most people who we not expect for win, particularly on this particular election. We've seen it all in front of our eyes, in front of history, So I think this is the way forward. Mixer, what do you think? What do you want to take to that particular, question that Barry just answer for us?
Well, Ibari just narrates the reasons and the rationale which make APC be they do selections past. But again, it just don't agree to the viewers and say you want for me to continue with electioneering process. We're very, very democratic. So kudos to the party, kudos to Ibari for answering your question clearly and for tell viewers and say the party they move on according to the constitution with elections. But again, from this point, I go want to ask Ibari because most people that don't argue on social media say 2018, one of the factors that will make we lost the elections. Now, as a result of the selection process, immediately when they select Dr. Samura Kamara, most of the aspirants there are then at the time, then disgruntled. So what did they do? Then back off. They're not able to support the party. Then tell other family members they're not for support the party, not for go out for go vote. They all regret them. Now on the 20th of February 2023, Dr. Samura Kamara was elected Namakeni at the National Delegate Convention. How was the atmosphere, Ibari? What's in be the mood of the flag bearers? Tell viewers them for me to know, please.
well, it was really interesting because when then 17 flag bearer come, yes, let us go for a vote. Now, the interesting thing is that when they don't vote, the people they don't go vote. Now, they make the process easy. In fact, this was a process where we own election ourselves. Now the UK and I, we them been do we own election. We mean have been one of these observer for the other candidates then I bring up one idea. I say the ballot paper them where they don't pack am, make they hand over to the representative and the candidate self, so that nobody no go say they don't thief from the ballot paper, they don't retain a call. So them take the ballot paper there, hand over. So for example, when they count, the man where they represent the candidate, now himself the whole nine the count. You understand? So the same thing, I'm so happy when they implement the same thing under. So when after the elections, every candidate they get in your ballot paper there. So when they collect the ballot paper there, all thing they go to Sabua and Cap, all thing they go. So the other candidates and they line up, then what they call them line up. So Samoa ain't been a box he gets because the people they don't get space for put the ballot paper there. While the other candidates say, team up, like when you count 5,000 to 2,000, you see keep person. It's not so they hold and so. And then Samoa in your box, they just full up no more, they can full up, come, Samoa, come. So, I mean, some of them really, I mean, I'm not trying to, we talk about this situation now. Let us have a laugh about it. It's not bad to have a laugh.
Of course, why not?
Some of them literally representatives standing there out of 1,800 and something ballot papers, they couldn't have secure one. One they couldn't secure. So it was really, really a punishing blow to most of them candidates and because I believe themselves they were shocked the kind of negative votes them way or the kind of lily vote, getting 5 votes, 1, 12. It was horrible for look, but that is the beauty of democracy. You see, that is the beauty of democracy. And then when them begin count, one thing why I've been they laugh so much, I don't know, somebody been get bail, as in they count someone in ballots, that's why he said they get bailing. So everybody been the contact, it's really, like when you don't go Lumo, you don't go a lot of profit, you don't sell, you don't, you market some sell, you count some profit, you just count and enjoy the game. So it was fantastic anyway, but I think the candidates them will lose, they're able to lick the wounds, so to speak, they come to reality and also, play fairly and then congratulate Dr. Samoa. And we are all one now. I mean, all of them, we are all comrades. We all get for push together. I believe, them very much determined for see that we win, all of them. That 2018 animosity, not again. I believe, all of the candidates, even the one they will get 0, 1, 12, all of them, they on board. Then self down. She say now we need for remove this regime. It's better for all of us. And in fact, I'm pleased for Yeri Samsumana himself. They on board. It don't change in so to speak. It don't change gear right now. Himself they go after this regime now, and so this is what we want. And in all quarters now. We all don't turn with guns them to this regime. And 2023 it's going to be really a hot election. And I think we day in for win a landslide. Definitely, we are heading for a landslide.
Okay, I get a question. Now we know how the SLPP can play, they can play foul, whatever. Obviously, they're not ready for left government in governance. They still want to be in governance. We all know that, not a secret at all. And then have power and then get the means and the ways to do it. How we go able to overcome that? Because for me personally, that's a fear for me, say, we then have power, then people are went and stole our election. Now they are in power. We are the opponent. What if we get, obviously normally you can pull the secrets now, yeah, so make sure you know what you're saying. We want to
Exactly.
win. So, but what if we all go able to do, the layman, the layperson in the village, me and the diaspora, everybody else who is a passionate APC and APC comrade, APC picking, like kind of call it party picking, whatever it is. What if we all go do for try for contribute for SLPP, find it, go on the back foot, because they're in power, they've got the means and the ways. But what we go able for do, because we as APC, we need to think forward, we need to think ahead. So what people like me and the layperson can do for let we win this election fair and squarely on the 24th of June.
Thank you very much. Of course, politics is strategy. I'm not going to talk everything now, but one
Yes,
thing
I
I
don't
will
want
say
you to.
is that the APC party, this is the people versus SLPP. The game even too big for we self, because the people of Salon, this is the people versus SLPP. We as APC, we don't ask, say, well, we not take this contract from the SLPP, we not give them. And the people then say, okay, we deal with winner, and and then why are they hold on now? Okay, now we and then they hold on. So the people of Salone now they want this regime out. Okay, so you can never fight the people's power and the will of God. You can never. And the people them don't suffer the last 5 years enormously, cut across the country. There is nothing this regime go show for say, una give me chance. The people then listen. You see? So in as much they want hold on, they want, grab, because even yesterday till late in the night, I had a battle with some of them. We're a direct beneficiary of this regime right now. We then get top position, then I want forward. Me and the hold on day. I tell them plain say, we are not go force the people then, we are not go shove all things at the people then throat. We not say make them just hold on normal. Yes, we not want shove more at them throat. No. The people then don't stand firm for say enough is enough. This regime is a failed regime, it's not fit for purpose, and the people that are ready for defend them, vote them. That is the key thing. SRPP might want to cheat, use the armed forces, the police, and all that thing. But as I say, the people's power is more stronger. They cannot. So they are heading out.
Yeah, thank you very much. Mixer.
Yeah. Oh, Ibari, you touch one side were very, very important. You talk about how people then for defend them votes, especially where we do on PR system right now. That's why they don't make it clear. But waiting at one, I want to draw your attention back to the NDC in Makeni. You made mention, say, former president, they play an important role where people then may shout, say, we want vote, we want vote. Some people don't go negotiate, they say, no, we could go into election, let them vote. In a situation where Dr. former president, Anes Kurma, no go for day, that now feature National Delegate Convention. What do you feel say not been go on well, go for change, go for go on well?
Well, as I say earlier on, this is the most organized and democratic election ever we me witness now any convention as alone. and
Good.
this is including SLPP or whichever party,
Good.
because I want to throw una back on a memory to SLPP elections
Okay.
convention at Kenema,
Mhm.
where the first and foremost, then begin beat some delegates them first, na road. But
Yes.
before that, the two contender for the presidential, the three contender, the main challengers then
Mhm.
for the flag bearer, current president Madabio, um, Honorable KKY, and also John Benjamin.
Mhm.
We remember we John Benjamin in Bobo was stabbed by Madabio, President Bio in Nyon supporter. We kill and do in the process. We never had anything of that in the APC. Nobody, they not even catch anybody.
Good.
That are number one. Number two, we know back where them ban, they not give chance to Yum Keller for participate in
Mhm.
the whole process. Then lock office before him, then intimidate him, and chase him out of the party, and all that. Something like that never happened in the APC. Then we come out there, we go to the convention. So when the captain when the chairman, we see how them bully him, then chase him out, then beat some other woman them back, disgrace them, throw them out of the convention. So it was one man show, which was stage managed by Prince Harding, you know. So now I make SLPP not get anything for tell you about democracy and all that stuff. That they. We saw again how during the women's leadership contest where Fatmata Sawane win, but because the first lady interfere in one young candidate, they decide for rerun the election and then thief the election, the winning from Fatmata Sawane and hand over give a lady called uh, Hawafore also.
Our foreign, yes,
So
yes, that's the name.
yes. So when you compare and you compare what thing happened at the National Delegate Conference, it is amazing. It was um, um, uh, demonstration of quality,
Good.
maturity,
Good.
and political savviness. So we from the APC, nothing not get for change that. President Kuma don't left a legacy with we where we go continuously improve on. And I believe say President Dr. Samoa Kamara will eventually get for be the leader of the party, according to the constitution, when he be president. He go make sure say that legacy they continue and fair play continue
Good.
and everybody have a say. And that is what thing we build upon this NDC. We dey build upon and we dey continue for improve on that.
Okay, thank you very much, Comrade Ibarry. Mixer, any more questions you get for Comrade Ibarry before we start rounding it up?
Well, basically, I just want to ask Comrade Ibarry again. You know, people then they always talk say the status quo no they remain the same. We all see where them bully them, part them pull them, they bring the ITGC interim committee can inside. But again, a whole lot of people that they talk say people like Mikhailo, when are brains of the party, Payasane, when are brains of the party, they're not for being contest again. Whilst other they talk say, now only them people that they will need na the party, now mixture of them people that they able for groom the party so that we're able for regain power in 2023. What in the atmosphere? What do you think say be happen? Where Party Yasane, where them elect him as the vice chair of the party? What was he about?
Now the APC na as I say, a grounded na a grassroots party.
Good.
Both then two mania, then two highly respectable and long-time serving party
Good.
members. Now grassroots. They don't
Exactly.
deal with the party, they know the inner caucus of the party. Them very, very much experienced. And in this transition, we need people them way actually don't train at the business, we don't get so much experience for able to stabilize the APC, we then try for destabilize and so. And then to Mania, and then to senior comrade here, then stay with we, and we will be grateful of that, with that, then stay with we, because if that not happen, eventually Sansan Fed for open, and Sansan Fed go open in the future, because when you get so much young people then at the top, everybody is so much ambitious. You understand? But because we get this cocktail of old and experience with new generation, just look at the executive force. Not just look at the top two. Look at the executive as a whole. Okay? From the Secretary General to the Deputy Secretary General, the Organizing Secretary, the PRO, you know, and the Deputy, them, all of them are young generation. Take on to the Chief Whip and the Treasurer, so many of them, these are all young generation, young generation of people. Them, you understand? You go to the immediate layer when at the region them, you know, of course we get 6 region them. All of them, when you look, it's only young people them, new faces, new people them we get energy for do the job. However, it is not a bad thing within 2 very senior, highly experienced politicians and then deal with me. Now, I just see some question from the viewers. I don't know. I just, because it get for do with this, I'll be one answer that question the way somebody, Charles L. Conte asked. I don't know if una mind to make a just.
No, no, go ahead. Answer the question.
Okay, go ahead and answer the
we not
question.
get much.
Yes.
Right.
So it talk about now that the convention, we don't get with executive, where does the party lies now in terms of Peter Conte? Well, again, you see, what in Peter Conte and NRM them become with, it would have been a disaster for the party, because what it mean for that happen is the party been for down there in the pieces, which the SLPP was actually aiming at. So what we all along we've been they say is that you don't just chase these elders away. You allow them to stay with transition until to the next stage where we self now will be so equipped for carry on with the party. So that is exactly what in the grassroots go vote for them. Vote, in fact, Payansane get the highest number of votes past everybody, including the flag bearer herself. They get the highest vote. This shows that the grassroots know what they want. Second to that is Pamin Kailo. Himself get high number of votes. Even both of them can get higher vote than even the presidential candidate. Okay, when Dr. Samoa. So what in that tell you say the APC is a grassroots people them they recognize the fact that then 2 people here we needed them badly for stabilize the ship, stabilize the party. You understand? If we go allow just only new faces, it will be very difficult for stabilize the party. You understand? So now that this gentleman asked about Peter Conte, well, Peter Conte is over. It go good for him for making probably come and try for join the battle for pull SLPP out of power instead of for the go up and down back. They seek help from SLPP from Foguna cut back, because this is what Idepan do exactly right now. But in role as a chairman, is ITGC is finished. The party don't get a national executive. It's over, done and dusted. Nothing not get for reverse that again. And but Peter Conte is still causing problem around. It go up and down the Fenway for drag we back in court, which to me is laughable. If we get advisors, may they just tell and say, you know what, leave this. Either you go back to America or you join these people and fight this to the finish so that we move SLPP in power.
Thank you very much, Comrade Ibarry. I just want to say thank you to everybody online, YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. Thank you all for joining us. You know, every Sunday within I ask 7 o'clock. I normally present it 2 Sundays to 3 Sundays a month. Also, Mixer, thank you so much for watching, and please carry on sharing the live. The conversation still continues. Mixer, any question there where you want to ask Comrade Ibarry before we round up?
Well, since we round up now, yeah, definitely I will ask Ibarry.
Beautiful.
Ibarry, according to the Constitution and also by the ideology of the party, everybody they talk say the elected flag bearer na info choose, meaning na info select in your running mate. But a whole lot of people they go on with the idea say now only Muslim and Christian would they get now we party for run that position they as a flag bearer and then the running mate. In this situation, what do you think say the party they had Dr. Samura they head to? What exactly you think say they head to? What exactly you feel say between Yvonne Akisoria, Cherikoko, Jagabaru just not emerge? I want to make you tell viewers them your opinion, your views about the running mate, and make you hammer home with that message from now onwards.
Right, thank you very much, Mixer. First and foremost, the APC gets Constitution 2022 Constitution is very clear. Article 62 of the Constitution say the presidential candidate go choose in running mates, but in consultation and approval of the national the NAC, National Advisory Committee, okay, with the approval, consultation. These are two keywords: consult and approve by the NAC. Okay, so that day in the convention, people may expect that for happen in McKinney, but we try as much as possible for do the convention within 2 days. That is Friday and Saturday. Friday, last is Saturday and Sunday for finish Sunday. Okay, so we speed up as we not been see how we non a 24/7 business. We not been sleep, So we speed up for done the national delegate conference. But what in people they not understand, majority of the NAC members and they come up from the national executive. Okay. So they're not been done for elect, count, and certify the result. So therefore, they not go choose a running mate because the NAC get for meet for make them choose a running mate. And as I said, according to Constitution Article 62, the flag bearer they choose a running mate, but based on consultation and approval. And how the process they go, the presidential candidate will say, this is my preferred choice. He consult the NAC. The NAC sit down, then get certain criteria within they look at. Because the president, the vice president in waiting is potentially a president. Okay? And the reason why I make them make this clause is very important and very powerful. Because if they just left them vaguely, the president or the presidential candidate could equally select him with in Paddy, in Border, in Fambul, or some kind of weird character for be running mates. And that is unacceptable because it go don't throw the party into a big disarray. That means the party machinery not go able to function well for make we win election. So now that make that clause they did consult and approve.
Good.
Now you get list of people the way they name them in on the float. But come on, let's face it, you know, we are looking for somebody where don't work for the party. Okay, that's number one. Somebody with experience, with long time experience in governance, we don't play important roles, okay, in the governance system. Somebody we don't contribute enormously. Somebody with very clean character. We don't get no scandal. We don't get no problem. We don't stand for the party. We don't fight for the party. We don't get any negative attached to. Okay, these are the things we knock people and get for look. In terms of religion, yes, it's very, very important because in we society, religion is very important. You know, go take two Christian and make them flag bearer and running mate. Vice versa. Two Muslim and make them running mate and flag bearer. That cannot, there is no law in the constitution which bar that, but these are logical things that you don't play with because it can cost you dearly if you play with them. You understand? That is our society what we do. And also, you know, we'll take flag bearer and running mate from the same ethnic group, just like, you know, we'll take them from the same religion. So this is something, is an unwritten rule, but it's something where is a common sense. So you want to win election, and therefore you must have you must take them into consideration. So for now, the NAC get from meat, okay, and then with the flag bearer, and then decide on that. But I just mentioned then criteria here for say these are very important criteria where the NAC people then get for strongly argue, even if the flag bearer they insist on one candidate, then get for argue, say this is why we not they accept this your candidate. These are the reasons. This person enough fits this, enough fits this, enough fits it, so we reject her. I just give now a kind of idea what thing going to happen and knock.
Okay.
You know.
So that's fine, comrade Barry. So therefore you say that, does that put Yvonne out of it completely?
Well, first and foremost,
yes.
This is not a competition. People then they throw names out there.
Okay.
You know, running mate is not something you contest for. I don't know why people are missing that. You don't contest for it. They call you.
Yes.
And based on criteria, they call you and say, or the president or the flag bearer will say, I have this list of people in my mind. Okay, maybe the list of people then where the president or the flag bearer gets in mind, we know about them. So maybe he has a list of people where he therefore put to the knock people them and say, I have this list of people and I don't look, I don't narrow them down to two people them. So these two people them, me, when I give me one, I'm okay with it. Okay, so the knock now will go sit down and look closely at them two people here and say, this is the one way we feel safe, fit for purpose, or we're able to join this team here and win. It's not about saying, I just give now the let's say if you like the some of the things them way them go to consider. As I say, religion is very important, ethnicity is very important. You cannot have two people from the same religion. It has never happened in neither APC nor SLPP. You know, go take the two people them from the same religion, same ethnic group, make them flag bearer and running mates. You know, that is not a clever thing to do. You see, so I just
Okay.
want both
Well, however, you said and you know, see, it don't for me. Don't put Yvonne off anyway. One, she's Christian. Two, she's a woman. So, like you don't say, you don't put her into plain terms. You know, you can't have two people with the same religion as president or vice president. You know, as we know, Samura is Catholic Christian, and Yvonne is, I think, Methodist Christian as well. So obviously that, so we will just cross the name off. In as much as now we may bring name into the competition, we go take a name back off, unless she decides to change her religion, we will just take a name off. Anyway, we just want to Mixer go acknowledge you now online before we draw the show to a close.
Yeah, before I acknowledge them, I just want to throw light on Ivory analysis. Well, this is
Yes,
now one of
go
the
ahead.
this is now one of the take-home message them today for viewers them, because everybody know Ivory for be Cherry Coco in fan na social media. It dey defend them, it dey do everything. But he answer your question, Fatia, without not even made mention of Cherry Coco. He
Yes,
analyzed them
yes, I know, I
professionally.
know.
I was so impressed with him though. So at least a take home message this for all the viewers that today Ivory make a whole analysis without even citing Cherry Coco. Kudos to you, Ivory. Now to the viewers, then welcome BKC. BKC just the for tell we say make we give Cherry Coco a second chance, same as how we give how they elect Samura when he become the flag bearer for the second term. That now from BKC Bakar, they send this message from Belgium. He's the newly elected Belgium chairman. Bakar King Conte, now another social media pundit, commentator, and political animal. You know, so the host themselves for write a message for say negotiations are ongoing for bringing BKC and Adebayo at the show very soon. I know see Fatia go handle them very, very well and we can
Yes. Demand them, pan demand them, inside demand them, pan demand them.
So that nigga for be very, very beautiful and a very lovely day that nigga for be when we get for host Adebayo at this show. Again, welcome Gustavo Kanu. Injustices, Sierra Leoneans vote responsibly for APC. Well, in clearly they try for sensitize people and say, if you don't vote APC, well, that means you don't want to make the country develop, you don't want to make intimidation and political harassment done at the country. So think wisely and vote for APC responsibly in ensuring that Dr. Samura Kamara emerge victorious and take the APC political party to State House come June 24th. Thank you. But again, the last message, Nafatia, that in get time, we want for say another minute silence for we late hero. We fall today when I late Leslie Allen, let God give him a Jana. Thank you.
Amen.
Amen. Yeah. Go ahead, Fatia, round up and say thank you to Ivory for
once again we want to tell you all thank you very much. Ivory, a big thank you to you as well for left all you so busy schedule for can't join me today. We want to say kudos, thank you so much, and once again congratulations on your new PR role for the diaspora, and also obviously linking into Sierra Leone as well. Thank you so much for your efforts. Thank you for your knowledge today. Thank you for enlightening us as well, for giving us the insight of your own political knowledge and also, the generic one. So thank you so much. We're very much grateful for you showing up and, be part of us. We will definitely invite you back here again. We know you're very busy, but please, there's Sunday then, go to leave little chance for me, just in case I pick up the phone and call you. You can join us as well. Thank you so much for coming, Political Ivory. You're very much welcome in this platform. Also, I want to say thank you very much to all the fans who are watching us from YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Thank you so much for joining us as well. Please carry on sharing the live. We very much appreciate to now for joining me every Sunday without fail. The platform is growing. When you look at the views over the week, is really, really high. So thank you all for watching. We're very much grateful as ever. And thank you to the APC party as well. This is a great example to where it happened at McKinney, particularly with the election where they do rather than selection. So this is not a lesson to every other political party in Sierra Leone that you can do election rather than selection. Selection, yes, can come into play, but only if the situation prevents it. Then obviously you can fall into that lily side attraction. But for now, it's definitely election, and we're very happy. So, in a great example, the APC party has always done set. APC party is the party. Is the grassroots party, is the party for the people, is the party for us. Please, please, please tell your friend to tell your friend to tell your friend and your family to vote for APC if you need change. Like I said last week, if you need stability, if you need security, if you need free speech, if you need happiness, please vote for it. If you need improvement, education, health, roads, lights, anything you think of that you may get, where you may happy with the last 10 years, where APC Midden Party, we will give that and more. Dr. Samura got different ideas. In ideology, in motion, in political view, in networking is vast. Give him the chance for it basically it got triple to what Anis Komadi in the last 10 years. So ladies and gentlemen, please tell a friend for vote for APC on the 24th of June election. If you want that change, please make the change.
Before we go, sorry, I want to recognize and acknowledge the newly elected chairman of the Diaspora 6th Region, yes, Mr. Alfred Kebisise. Now, info be done there tonight, but he sent in PRO for make ICAM represent him. So thank you and kudos to Alfred Kebisise. We'll get you next week or anytime from now. But again, to the viewers, I just want to conclude what exactly happened in Namakeni. We no be no, me and Fatia will not be no nothing, but we'll get a guest, will be witness the event, and he made mention of certain things there. So for me to conclude, me to summarize all the things the way Ibari talk about. We talk about the event, as a matter of fact, before ever we go to Makeni, Honorable Cherikuko and the lawyers then they fight very, very hard. When they give the party injunction, not for hold with convention, they went to the court, they win the case, and then they override everything. We're able for host with convention on the 18th, 19th, and 20th. Ibari also made mention, say the elections will be free and fair and transparent. Nothing not happen there. The only noise we've been trying for happen there. Now we grassroots and grabsy, we want vote. We want vote. That was then. Now they the former president Anes by Kurma intervened and got inside and talk to all the aspirants. They say, well, this is not election process. Everybody may talk, say they no one election, they no one selection, not election they want. So therefore, make the voting continue. So that's why they don't tell we say APC, we don't do the right thing. So when Anes Kurma been did nothing not happen. Ibari self, it's kind for tell back say, well, some Sumana, they don't reinstate them because they extend the olive hand to them and other members there of the APC for made them can join the party because we fight right now for win the election in June 24th for Bona State House. Ibari talk about peace, he talk about unity. He said the only thing will therefore happen for make we succeed. We'll go for bury the hatchets, we'll go for forget about everything. We come together and therefore we'll be able to win 2023 June 24th elections. So make absolute sense, and he analyze also. He talk about the running mates. He said that people don't know they make stories and make issue of NAC get for seat, and the flag bearer they get for make a recommendation, give them the list and debate and the discusser, and then they get for we selected, choosing and running mates. So then they clearly don't tell we say what happened at McKinney, what we see in a video. What we see at the what we listen at audio is different from what Ibari don't tell we small because it don't do in-depth analysis. What people they don't know today because the voting has been clear, free, and fair and transparent. So now that's no more now. Thank you for
thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mixer, for that wonderful summary. That was amazing. At least now the take-home message, Danny. Thank you, everybody. Like he says, we got a shock death in the APC today. So as usual, we're not gonna play with music where we can play because this is a somber mood for us, and we sympathize with the family of the one and only Leslie Bob Allen, which is really sad. It's not dear friend to most people, to everybody in the United States and most parts of Africa as well. So once again, we send condolences to the whole family and also to the APC, APC team. So thank you so much, everybody, for watching. We will say goodbye till we meet again next week. Good night.
Good night, everyone.
Thank you very much. Thank you to all the listeners. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.